שלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני העם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
Come You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these commandments I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live by my way. Speak of them when you're home, when you're on your way, when you lie down and get up and go about your day, as a sign on your hand and upon your head, on the side of your doorposts, my commandments may always be read. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. Please remember, observe all these words that I've said, to live and be holy for years straight ahead. For I am your God, out of Egypt I led. Be holy, be righteous, remember the words that I've said. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these instructions I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live, oh, to live and remember my ways.
for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. Look around the world, look around your town. Every single age is represented all around. You see them everywhere, every street, avenue or boulevard. Anywhere, any beach, any park or any yard. The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. Ecclesiastes said one generation goes and another generation arrives. He got it wrong. For years we all live side by side. Can you lean on those who arrived here before? Can you learn from those you remember being born? Can you see that we are all together evermore? The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador, Vador. The door Vador for generations and generations and the door Vador, Vador,
Shabbat Spark. If you're in group 4, you're supposed to be up here, and I think you might be in the chapel. Let's start. Here we go. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Let's hear you guys. Hine matov. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine
welcoming you, and you welcome.
We have one more song to do with
Yes.
our group 4, and
Well,
that
this is
is
not a
just
group 4,
repeat
but-
after me. Shabbat,
Shabbat,
Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's try it again. Let's try 2 words together. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And
Get ready to sing.
hey.
Hey.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Bim bam. Bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam. Cheery beery beery bim bam. Bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Okay, now we're really going to start the service. If you're up here, you can keep dancing. You might wonder, Rabbi Leora Alvin, come stand here. So many of you are here to meet. Yes, none of us matter. It's about you tonight. So we're using Hine Matov. Are you ready, soul singers? Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Repeat after me. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is
how sweet it is.
to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is
how sweet it is.
to be together on this day. Can we have this mic right here? How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is
how sweet it is.
to be together on this day.
Name Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad.
Name
Matov, Umanayim, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Shabbat Spark. We have our Spark band behind me. Let's hear one chord. All right. It's hard to control them.
If you are
but
under
what is
5
it?
and you want to stay up here, just sit down, please.
What's very exciting about tonight is you may notice, you know me, you know the Cantor, but here we have Rabbi Leora Alvin,
Hi.
who after a long search to find the perfect rabbi, we found Rabbi Alvin. No, you know, we did a very long search throughout the United States. We met lots of people, and we're so excited to have Rabbi Alvin come be with us starting in July. But we wanted to give an opportunity for you to meet her, for us to be together, and for her to share Shabbat with us. So she's here tonight. And ironically, I will be at her synagogue up in Northern California next week, because where Rabbi Alban works now, Cantor Yonah Klieger just became the Cantor. So I'm going to be going up there to help in his installation weekend, and I'm really excited for that. It's kind of an exchange, you know. We sent him up there, and we're taking Rabbi Alban back with us. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Rabbi Alban to Temple
Hi,
Emanuel.
everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It is so wonderful to meet you all, see some of you who have already met, and just welcome this beautiful Shabbat with all your faces and the beautiful music of our children and all of you. Is it too loud?
Just pull back a little.
And Shabbat Shalom. It's great to be here. I'm so excited to join you in just a couple months.
Yeah. Let's call it Campbell.
Okay, Rabbi Leora Albin is going to bring so much light in our community, as so much light is brought in by the simchas every week. So, Reese, are you out there? Let's invite your mom and your aunt also, and any family you brought tonight, if you'd like to come up to help us bring in the light of Shabbat, come on up. Everyone can join us at 10 a.m. tomorrow to see Reese become bar mitzvah.
We also have, just to talk, Daniela, I'd like to ask if you and Jeffrey and the baby want to come on up. We have a little baby name that we're going to do shortly. And so, as you see, we go from babies to b'nai mitzvah. I guess, anyone here getting married next week? Maybe you could come up and light the candles. Anyone married at any point in their lives would like to come up. But we'll all light the candles and bring the light of Shabbat into the room together.
Jackie, come closer.
Thank you for bringing the light of Shabbat into this room. And there's two things for me that make Shabbat: the light of the candles and the music that goes along with it. And one of the songs that we sing here every month, and you can find the words up right on the screen, is Shir L'Adonai Shir Chadash, that every week when we come together, we sing a new song. And so we sing together Shir L'Adonai.
Shir Chadash, Shir L'Adonai, Kol Ha'am.
So as I mentioned earlier, we have a little baby to receive a name tonight. And if you don't know this, if you don't know this, there are 5 things that every parent is responsible to do for their child. One of them we're doing tonight, and that is to be welcomed into the covenant of Israel and to receive their Hebrew name. Another one is teach Torah. Another one is teach them to love. Another one is teach them an occupation. And lastly, in a minority opinion, to teach them to swim. But when we say that you have to teach your child to swim, what we really mean is keep their head above water, right? Go with the ebbs and the flows of time and life, and to sleep like a baby, which is happening right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to present a formal name to, this is Charles right here, Charles Isaac Fiala. And we're going to give him a name, and you'll hear it as I do the formal name, and then they'll explain why they named him this name. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu. Kayem et hayeled hazeh le'aviv u'le'imo. Vayikarei shemo b'Yisrael Chaim ben Daniela v'Jeffrey. Yismach ha'av b'yotzei chalatzav v'tagel imo b'fli vitna. זה הקטון גדול יהיה. כשם שנכנס לברית של אברהם ושרה, כן ייכנס לתורה ולחופה ולמעשים טובים. Our God of our mothers and fathers, sustain this child through your loving care. And may his name be known among our people Israel. Chaim, son of Daniela and Jeffrey. May his name be a source of joy to him and inspire him to serve all of humankind. And may both of you rejoice in the growth of his body and soul, and him too. And as you have brought him into the covenant of Israel, so may you, with wisdom and patience, lead him to study Torah, a life of good deeds, to hopefully maybe a marriage worthy of God's blessing. And let us all say, Amen. So now they have an opportunity. Let us all know why he received this name.
Thank you so much. So his name is Charles Isaac Fiala, and we really wanted a name that reflected both me and Jeff. Charles is the father of my maternal grandmother, who I was extremely close with. Jeff's background is Czech, and King Charles was also the first emperor of Bohemia and very well known for being a patron of culture and the arts. You want to talk on the microphone? Their candles are up there, that's right. Yeah, and that's Marcus. And, you know, Charles also loosely means free man, which is how we arrived at the Hebrew name Chaim. And we hope for him that he is strong and independent, which is traits that he's already showing at a very early age, sometimes not so positively, but we know that they will be positive later in life. And we hope that he will grow up to be patient and kind and generous. And we're so blessed to have him in our lives. So thank you all for celebrating with us.
So I'd like to invite the Cantor up to give them a special blessing of the priestly benediction. I see.
That's one of the duties. Don't let your kid light on fire.
So this talit is Charles's paternal great-grandfather's talit, and we'll bless them with this talit as we present them with the priestly benediction of Birkat Kohanim.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's face shine on you, and may God be good to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God's presence be with you in your life, and may you all have wholeness and completeness. May you have in your lives the feeling of peace. And we say together,
Amen. Siman tov,
Mazel
mazel
tov,
tov,
mazel tov, Siman tov, Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, Siman tov, Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, Siman tov. Ye'elanu, ye'elanu, Kol Yisrael. Ye'elanu,
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, Siman tov. Ye'elanu.
Whoa. All right, soul singers, come back up.
So now we move to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Please rise.
Baruch Hu, et Adonai,
Et Adonai.
Baruch Adonai,
Baruch Adonai.
Hamevorach,
Hamevorach.
Le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. As we came together, we started with some song, and we started with also light on Shabbat. And now we reach that point where we close our eyes. We close our eyes and we get ready for the Shema. And if there's one time that we try to connect with each other, try to connect with everything around us, with the world, with the physical world, the spiritual world, where we are in our lives, this is that moment where we can just kind of say, it's all okay, because we're all connected and we're all one. So let's sing together, Shema.
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Shema
As we move now, we welcome Shabbat again by saying, you know, if it weren't for Shabbat, it's possible that we're not around. And if it weren't for us, it's possible Shabbat is not around because we've been the ones protecting it. Right in the front here, we have what we call the Shamash pit. If any children would like to come into the Shamash pit right down here and do a little jumping, a little dancing.
Reese, you're still a child till tomorrow. Come on.
We go into Vishamru.
All right, I need some bouncers up here. Yeah, come on up, boys. Reese, I'm serious. Come on. Come on. All you gotta do is bounce a little. Yeah, you're gonna bounce. Think down for. Are we ready to bounce? All right, that wasn't good. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam.
Thank you, our Shamash dancers. As we continue on now, we move to really, which is our personal prayers. The Amidah prayer, really that central portion. So we're going to rise together and we'll sing, may what's in my heart be able to come out of my mouth. May I be able to say what's in my heart, to feel what's in my heart and feel what I'm going through right now in my life. So let's rise together. We sing the Adonai Safatai Tiftach, and then we go for a silent prayer. And when you're done, you may be seated. Okay, ready? please continue with your own silent prayers.
A high of the instruments and the children's voices singing, and such joy that I feel it's palpable in this holy space tonight. But the beautiful aspect of our Jewish tradition is that in one service we can have all of the high of joy and singing and laughter, and then in just a moment we can go to more of a serious note, more of a low point, where we're thinking, we're going to come to the part in our service where we're thinking of those in our lives who are in need of healing. Maybe healing of the physical body, or the mind, or of the soul that's hard to define. So we're going to sing Misha Berach in just a moment. We're going to come to a point where you'll hear the names of those in our community who are in need of healing. You'll be able to share names of those who you want to make sure get an extra blessing, extra love on this Shabbat. So let us join together, Misha Berach, in our prayer of healing.
Those in our congregation who are ill is Charles Aaronberg, Dolores Benjamin, Emily Eskenazi, Marlene Brer, Chana Batsara, Eitan Chaim, Richard Chernock, David Childs, Annie Childs, Woody Clark, Jay Clement, Iris Cutler, Richard Dickies, Judy Fenton, Gary Goldblum, Patty Goodman, Andy Hale, Helene Hale, Lori Haynes, Naomi Batchaim Ishai Ovrana, Sis Klein, T. Kiratzis, David Lerner, J. Mark, Kathleen Agnes McCarthy, Sheila Merowitz, David Pick, Deborah Rhodes, Howard Rosen, Warren Roston, Sandy Silas, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Soleimani, Jesse Taylor, Bill Terry, Phyllis Torse, Harav Aharona Batzvia Yosef, Helena Wachtel, Pesel Bat Gittel Ve'ichel, Sonia Anwegi, Amanda Wolin, Yehudit Bat Nehama Mordechai, and Howard Zellico.
Lois Lebman, Rita Newman, Audrey and Judith Bennis, Lupe Diaz and family, Angel and Chris Angelo, Lean and Andy Hale, Lynn Sine, Judy Fenton, Warren Roston, Beth Rubin, Beth Owen, Michelle B., Miriam, come on, Sarah Boyer Bachner, Stacy DuBois, Cinta H.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Many years ago, there was a young woman. This was before you could just look anything up on the internet. There was a young woman who was really in search of the secret to happiness. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever felt this way. It's not that she was unhappy per se, but she just was looking for a little more. She wanted a little more joy in her life, a little more fulfillment in her life. And she was in search, and she was telling anyone who would listen, her friends, her family, I'm searching for the secret to happiness. And she learned through these conversations that there was a man in a few towns away, a wise man, who supposedly knew the secret to happiness. Okay. And so she committed to herself. She would take a journey to visit this wise man so that she could learn from him the secret to happiness. All right, so it was, again, this was before planes. It took a while to get to this wise man's house. And when she got to the house, she realized it wasn't a house at all. It wasn't a house at all. It was actually a palace. It was huge. She could see that there were hallways and different levels and corridors, and there was grounds all around this palace, and it was landscaped, and it was beautiful. There was so much to see in this wise man's house. And not only that, but it was bustling. There were so many people in this wise man's house palace. And there was a long line of people who were there to speak to this wise man, probably like this young woman, to get the secret to happiness. She got in line. She waited her turn. It took many hours to get to the front of the line. And she gets to the front of the line, and she looks up at this wise man sitting there. Many people had been waiting to talk to him. And she looks at him, and she says, I've made a journey here. I need to speak to you. I have heard, my family and friends have told me, I have heard that you have the secret to happiness, and I'm here to get that secret from you. What is it? And the wise man looked at her and said, well, you can see that my palace is very, very busy today. There are many people around here who all want to speak to me, and it's bustling, and I can't give you the secret to happiness right now, but I'm going to ask you to come back. Come back in a few hours. You don't have to go home and come back, but just come back in a few hours. And in the meantime, I'm going to give you a task. I want you to take a look around at my beautiful palace. I want you to pay attention to all of the art on the walls, the paintings, the tapestries, the silk curtains, the gold and silver chandeliers. I want you to take a look at my kitchen and look at all of the gorgeous plates and china and silverware that I have. I want you to really look at the people around this palace. I want you to look in their eyes. I want you to walk outside, and I want you to see the flowers and the green grass and the way that the sun shines on my pool outside. I want you to take a look at all of it. But while you're doing that, I want you to hold a spoon. And I want you to hold this spoon. I'm going to put a few drops of oil into this spoon. And I want, while you're walking around and looking at all the beauty in my palace, I want you to be really careful with the spoon and not drop any oil out of the spoon. Do you think you can do that? I hear no, okay. Do you think that this young woman could do it? Okay. So she took the spoon, and you can imagine how she was walking, right? Like, she left the wise man, and she is walking. She turns around, leaves his presence, and is walking with such trepidation. She doesn't want to drop anything out of the spoon. She walks down each step to the level below like this. Nothing is dropping out. And she walks around like this for 2 hours. She passes the art. She passes the tapestry. She passes the gold and the silver and the silverware and the china and the landscaping, the flowers, the grass, the pool. She passes all of it. And the whole time, just walking like this, really careful with the spoon. And what do you think happened to the oil? What do you think happened? It spilled or it didn't spill? What do we think? It didn't. Okay, so she's really proud of herself, okay? So a few hours pass, and she comes back at the later appointment that she had with this wise man and goes up to the wise man and says, okay, I did it. I did what you asked. I took a look around your palace, and I have the spoon, and look, there's no oil that dropped out of the spoon. And the wise man says to her, well, that's fabulous. What did you think of my palace? What did you think of everything that was around? And she looks at him and she says, well, the thing is, I didn't really pay attention to most of the stuff that you had told me about because I was paying such close attention to this spoon. And the wise man looks at her and says, well, that's not what I asked. I need you to go do it again. I need you to take the spoon again, and this time, it's also important that you pay attention to everything that's around you. So try again. Come back in 2 more hours. Okay. So this time she takes a different approach. She basically ignores the spoon. She's holding the spoon. She's walking around. Look Look at the oil painting. Look at the rugs beneath my feet. They're soft and my feet are bouncing on them. Look at the kitchen and how delicious all the food looks. Look at this beautiful pool that I want to dive right into. Look at the landscaping, the flowers, the colors, everything around. It was just the most beautiful place that she had ever seen, and she hadn't noticed it the first time. Okay, she comes back 2 hours later. She goes to the wise man. She brings the spoon, and she looks at him, and he says, okay, how was your second trip? And she says, it was amazing. I saw this and that, and it was beautiful. I am so glad I went back for a second time. And he looks at her, and he says, and how's my spoon doing? And she is embarrassed. She's really embarrassed, because what do you think is left in the spoon? Nothing. There is nothing left in the spoon. All the oil was somewhere on his floors and not in that spoon anymore. And the wise man looks at the young woman and says, that, my friend, is the secret to happiness. It is important in life to have a sense of balance. You should take advantage of all of the beauty that life has to offer. Everything. Go see the world around you. Eat delicious food. Take experiences that you never thought were possible and bring them into your life, because that is what life is all about. That's what makes it worth living. But you also have to stay grounded. You have to keep at least some of the oil on your metaphoric spoon. You have to do the things that might seem more mundane, the tasks that make us feel fulfilled, work, simple work that brings us joy, quiet time with ourselves or with our family, simple food, whatever it may be, the things that keep us grounded in this world, balance with the largeness of life more than we ever could imagine, is what brings us happiness. So this Shabbat, I task all of you with reminding yourself of that balance. We are here in this beautiful space, and we are hearing larger than life music, and my hope is that you can take all of the joy of what this space is and then find some quiet Shabbat time, which is what Shabbat is really all about. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Leora Alvin. Jazz fingers. Yeah, that's okay. That's not clapping. We're, as you can tell, a lot of the loud kids have left. Maybe we should do a late. We were, you know. What do you think?
We have birthday blessing.
Oh, we have birthday blessing. All right, I'm going to do a couple of announcements while everyone's paying attention. Ethan Stone, hi. Welcome back from college. Sorry he's leaving without saying hello. Spencer, are you ready for some announcements? I want to do this while everyone's quiet. Oh, there we are. Reese, where's Reese? Please stand up. Yep. Reese is becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. We're super excited. Please join us at 10 a.m. Actually, at 9 a.m., we have our tech study in the chapel. So please, it's in the chapel, right? Yeah, in the chapel. Next slide, please. Normally, Rabbi Aaron and I act this out, but 1 week from today, we only have 3 more days to RSVP and about maybe 2 tables that we can fill, but everybody RSVP. Join us for our Passover Shabbat and Community Seder. It will be in the social hall. We have told everybody it's catered by Factors. There will be a vegetarian option. We got everything from matzo ball soup to chopped liver, not that that's vegetarian. And our band, Rabbi Aaron and I will be there with our clarinet player and our drummer and Elizabeth, our pianist. And there will be table activities for kids. There will be reflections for adults. And we are really looking forward to bringing everybody back in person for our first in-person Seder in decades. That is decades, because even pre-pandemic, we weren't really doing that. So it's Shabbat and Passover. There will be a 5:30 p.m. short service with Kaddish with Rabbi Aaron before the Seder. So if you want to say Kaddish, please come at 5:30 and then stay at 6 o'clock for the dinner. Again, if you want to RSVP, please go home and do that tonight or by Sunday at the latest, so we make sure we have enough food. Anything else about that?
Nope.
All right. Is there anything else? Oh,
We do have actual festival services that we do on the first day and the last day of Pesach.
Yep.
Also on the last day is with Yizkor. So if you need to say Yizkor this year or every year, you can come on Wednesday the 12th. The Yizkor usually occurs towards the end of the service.
yep. Is that it, Spencer? Sorry, I didn't write this. Oh, well, there are a lot of the littlest kids have left, but April 22nd, Jason Meshes is back. How many people here are fans of Jason? No, yeah. He's like literally a rock star in the Jewish kids world with our rabbinic intern, Alana. So we're so excited to have Jason for the 4th and final time this year, and we will have him back next year. Shabbat in the yard, not the park, because it's in our ECC yard. I'm really excited for that. Is that it?
That's it.
Do we have any simchas on there? I think we do, Spencer. I mean, at least for Reese. Not that we haven't congratulated him enough.
We've already we've
All right.
congratulated him like 6 times. He's had like 6 bar mitzvahs.
Yes. Okay.
I'd like to know, is there anyone here that had a birthday in February? Raise your hand if you had a birthday in February. The last Friday of the month, we do birthday blessings for anyone that had a birthday this month. So if you could all please come up right up here on the stairs so I can give you this blessing for your birthday.
No, it's March. It's March.
I meant March. What did I say?
February.
Oh my God. Maybe I am a month behind.
All right, March
I
birthdays.
did the blessing in February for February birthdays, I believe. Who's born in March? All right, come on up. If you're a March birthday, these are Pisces, right? And Aries. My daughter's birthday also is this month. Anyone March 19th? March 19th? What's the number? We usually ask people to tell us who the president was when they were born, but we're not going to do that. Would you say Lincoln? Oh, Roosevelt. Who was president when you were born? Buchanan? All right. You have no clue. She has no clue who the president was when she was born. Think about it. Does everyone know who the president was the year they were born? Okay. Anyone Obama? Beautiful. Okay. So, birthdays are a funny thing because you're a year older, which is you got it, babe, which is something to celebrate or lament, depending on your disposition, I guess. Barry says celebrate. Sue says excellent. You're not sure? 85. That is a big one. How many good years? 84? You've been married 65 years? Where were you last week? We did love blessings for people. All right. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless all of you who have come here to celebrate your birthday. For this year, we wish for you continued health. We wish for you safety and comfort. May you continue to count the blessings of family. And may you be renewed as you approach this next year of life. May your body stay strong and your mind stay sharp and your soul lifted by the presence of loved ones in your life. May you continue to feel the deep personal relationships in those people whom you share your life's journey. And may you pursue the passions that make you a unique person and gives you fulfillment. Each and every year of our lives, no matter how old we are, is an opportunity to grow. May you find the space to breathe and welcome the future with an open heart. And through all of your days, may you feel blessed and may you feel safe. May you feel luminous and may you feel loved and may you feel joyous and may you feel whole. And we say,
Yom
And we sing,
Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. This will be high. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet. Who picked this key? Sameach. We are going to give the mic to Sue, who is going to make a special announcement.
Shabbat Shalom. Is it on? Is it on? Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I just wanted to point out an event that is coming up in May 7th. We are very excited for an afternoon from 3 to 5 with, it's honoring the inspirational women in our lives with a special recognition going toward Terry Smook and Diane Vanette. And the most exciting part is that Michelle Azar Aaron, our wonderful Michelle Azar Aaron, is going to be doing a little bit of her All Things Equal. If you don't know, she's been on the road for many, many months, and this is a Ruth Bader Ginsburg, about the one-woman show about the life and times of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're also going to be having a panel discussion moderated by Jessica Levinson from KCRW. She's a legal analyst, and she has a podcast. Oh, I'm blanking on the name of the podcast, but she has a podcast. And additionally, we have Rabbi Geller, Michelle, and our Mayor Lily Bossi are going to be in a panel discussion moderated by Jessica Levinson. It should be a fabulous afternoon, and I encourage everyone to attend. You should have gotten an invitation in your email today. Did you get one? Yes, great. And look at the invitation. There are opportunities to help sponsor the event so we can raise some necessary funds for our synagogue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sue. I want to be very clear. This is honoring the women in our lives, but everyone is invited and encouraged to come because we want to recognize, everyone wants to recognize women in their lives.
Exactly. We turn now toward the end of our service and Kaddish Yatom. If you want to find the words in the Siddur, they're on page 294. The Siddur is under your seat. Or you can see the words also up on the screen. I'd like to ask if there is anyone here in the midst of Shloshim, the first 30 days after the death of a loved one, if you'd like to stand and tell us who you're here to say Kaddish for. Is there anyone commemorating a yard site on this Shabbat and would like to stand and tell us who you're saying Kaddish for today? And is there anyone in the first year after the death of a loved one that would like to say their family member's name? We hear all of these names and take them into our hearts as we say Kaddish Yatom. We also say it for those that have no one to say it for them. We say it for those that were lost in the Holocaust. We say it for all of those that have died from COVID in the last 3 years. And we say it for all those that have died in the violence of recent times. So we take those names, we take these names up on the screen of those congregants that have died at this season in years past. We take the names of our loved ones, we bring them all into our hearts, and we rise together to say Kaddish Yatom. We can get rid of this. There we go. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Ulormei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei D'Kudusha B'richu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi Shalama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh Shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign on high bring peace to us, to everyone in this world. And we say, Amen. Typically we'd have some, you guys would all be seated. Typically we have some announcements, but I would just like to thank Rabbi Leora Alban for being with us this evening. What a wonderful way to begin.
And thank you all for having me. It was really, really nice being here, and I'm so excited to be here regularly when I start. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And you can say hi to her family, which is right over here. They listen, it took them forever to get here. They came from Northridge, you know. They started yesterday afternoon, and they got here at like 6 o'clock. All right, so...
Wait. First of all, I think they might have just left, but I wanted to say thank you to Sean Del Rahim for greeting. If you are interested in greeting, let us know. Thank you to Spencer in the back. Thank you to these delicious children up here. Stand up, guys. We're missing one. We're missing more who are sick. But to Joseph, to Jazzy, to Basha, to Alyssa, and Esty, come on up, Esty. Esty with your sloth, okay. And to this amazing band, Jonathan Altman, Jeff Bernstein, John Ferreira, Rob the Onion Math, and Rabbi Aaron. So, let's put our arms around each other and sing O Say Shalom. You guys.